friends, welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be picking some apples and blackberries from the front portion of our property, and I will be canning some applesauce later on in the video. So it's a little bit of a different video today, no cleaning, no makeovers, just kind of a nice relaxing slow day making some applesauce. So if you're interested in the recipe that I use for canning this applesauce, I can leave it in the description box below, but let's just go ahead and jump right in. I love this tree because it has this little hole that leads to the center of the tree where you can actually go inside, and you can see when I walk in there's a ton of apples all over the ground that have already fallen, but if you catch it at the right part of the season you can actually go in there and pick a ton of apples from the inside of the tree. I just love it. I think it's so cool, and I bet my kids are going to make a really cool fort on the inside of this tree when they're older, so it just brings me so much joy. I wanted to show it to you guys. So there is actually a ton of fruit growing on this property. I'm walking along the driveway right now, and that's where all of these blackberries are growing. And if you don't live somewhere where blackberries grow locally, they are actually an invasive species, but as long as you keep them maintained, they won't grow over everything. And then we also have grapes that are growing behind and beside all of these blackberries on the driveway, which is super cool. They're not quite ripe yet. And then up above here, we also have plums growing. You can kind of see them in this clip here, but they are also not ripe yet. And in this clip, you can really see the blackberries with the grapes growing behind them. And then in this one, you can see the blackberries, the plums way back there, and also the grapes growing beside them. So a lot of stuff growing just in this one spot on the driveway. And then later on in the video, you will also see that there are some elderberries growing on the property as well. In the back, I don't show any clips of it, but we do also have some cherry trees back there. But by this point in the season, there are no cherries left on the tree. Most of them have been eaten by birds. So we do plan on adding some berry bushes in the back, probably some blueberries and strawberries. But it is just such a cool experience having so much food readily available on your property, and to be able to eat from the land is just a cool experience, and I love being able to give that to my boys as they grow up. So here you can see this is the opposite side of the driveway, and there's just truly an abundance of blackberries growing all around this area. And then you can also see here there are more apple trees as well. I think there is about 6 or 7 apple trees growing just on this property. And then you can see here in just a second, I zoom in on the elderberry bush that I was talking about earlier. I actually can't get to this elderberry bush currently just because the blackberries have grown out of control right there, but I do plan on weed eating a little path and maybe putting some pavers there so that it's easier for me to get to, because I would love to make and can some elderberry jam, syrup, and juice. It's something that we love to have in our house. So I don't show it in this video, but I do actually end up using these blackberries to make a blackberry pie. I'll put a picture of it at the end of this video, but August 4th was mine and my husband's 7th wedding anniversary, so we had steaks and we had that blackberry pie for dessert, and it was delicious. So I'm putting these blackberries in a bucket of water with a little bit of baking soda just to really get them clean. Blackberries carry a lot of bugs, so you want to make sure you do this step if you're going to eat them. And don't leave them in this bucket of water for too long. If you leave your blackberries in a bucket of water for too long, it will suck out all the flavor. So you want to take them out before your water starts to change color, or you're going to end up making blackberry water and your blackberries are going to taste like water. So you don't want that. So just make sure you don't leave them soaking for too long. So this is an apple corer that also spiral cuts your apples. I borrowed one from a friend one time and was immediately hooked on it. I love it. It can also be used for potatoes, so if you love spiral cut fried potatoes, it's great for that. You can just loosen the little wing bolt on the other side and drop the core part so that it only spirals and does not take the core out of your potato. So in case you've never thought about using it for something like that before, it totally works. I got mine from Weimar. It was only about 20 bucks. So super great deal, inexpensive, great kitchen gadget. like to cook my applesauce in my Instapot on the steam setting, but you can also put it on the stove top and simmer it there as well. It works just as good. I also throw this mixture into the blender and blend it for just a little amount of time to get a smoother texture. In this specific video, I actually over blended mine and my texture ended up more like a puree, which isn't my favorite, but it's still good. My kids still love it, but that step is completely optional. You do not have to do that if you do not want to. I had to laugh looking back because I cleaned 5 jars, as you can see here, and I wasn't sure how much applesauce this was going to make. And I feel like every time I make applesauce, I do this. I'm just not great about being able to look at an amount and know exactly how much it's going to be or how many cans it's going to fill. So I totally overcompensated here, but that's okay. I now just have 3 extra clean jars. But you'll see at the end of the video that I only actually make 2. So my apples boiled down into a way smaller amount than I thought they were going to, but that's okay. I now have 2 full jars of applesauce in my storage and I am happy with that. You can see here there is a third jar and it's only about half full. I just didn't have enough to fill up that third jar, so I didn't go ahead and can that one. I just canned the 2 that were full. That other one, I let my oldest son eat on it. It took about a day and a half and he finished it. So I wasn't worried about it being shelf stable, so that's why I only put the 2 full cans in the water bath. We are nearing the end of this video now, so thank you guys so much for watching, and just like every other video, if you liked this one, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, the little bell will tell you when one of my new videos comes out. I have a big one in the works right now that I'm super excited about, so if you guys want to see that one, make sure you are subscribed. And then go ahead and leave a comment down below just telling me something about yourself. I really want to get to know some of you guys better, and I think that would be a really cool way for us to get chatting in the comments. So thank you guys so much again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.